Hello, folks, this is episode 6, and without further ado, here we go with the show. Here's Kennymotown. Hello, folks, this is Kennymotown, grumpy old neighbor. We're getting ready to play episode 6, but Kennymotown told me, out of fairness, we ought to air a couple of complaints that have come in over the show, so I don't particularly care for these folks, but, you know, Kennymotown's got a point there. He said that, let the folks see a couple of these people that actually been complaining. So we'll go ahead and air some of those right now for you. I don't believe this guy Kennymotown. He crazy. What is wrong with him? I don't like your show, Kennymotown. It's very bad. I don't like it. What the hell are you talking about? You make no sense at all. Anyway, this is a formal complaint. I'm not particularly happy with this guy coming on my TV. Can you take him off my TV? I don't want him on my TV. No more. Okay? That's it. That's all I want to say. Don't let that guy back on. He makes me mad. Very mad. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Hello there. Davis Fontanote. I just want to make a comment to what that man was just saying there. And I think it's nothing but a pack of lies. Seem like he's one of them pinko commies from up north. He don't like God. He don't like guns. He likes them queers too. Well, all I know is there ain't nothing wrong with what Mr. Perry wants to do over there. People are having trouble. They're going to get together and pray about it. This is America. It's what they do. As for Kennymotown and his ilk, they can go back to San Francisco, wherever they come from. We don't need none of that down here in Mississippi. That's right. Right.
Hello, who's in charge down there? I'm filing a formal complaint against that Kennymotown. I like the GOP and everything they stand for. I don't care what that Kennymotown says. He's crazy. That guy, I don't know where he's coming from, but I just don't get him. He's got it all wrong. He's backwards. Anyway, I want this message sent to the complaint department. Can you do that for me? Who's in charge down there?
Welcome back, folks. It's the Kennymotown Show, episode 6, and I got a laugh out of my next door neighbor, the grumpy old man, talking about the complaints that were video complaints that were airing in the first part of this broadcast today. I just want to try and be fair about it. I know some people, very small minority of disapproved of the show, but that's the way it goes. It's my show, and I just thought I'd give them a chance to air their grievances on this 6th episode. So, in a very disturbing story, Donald Vance, an American contractor who was in Iraq during 2005 and 2006, well, he came back to the stateside and told the FBI that there was some rather dubious stuff going on, such as Americans collecting weapons and buying weapons to arm certain factions in the Iraqi civilization there to fight other Iraqis, which, as we all know, became quite a struggle for years. Well, he informed the FBI, and the FBI sent him over to do some undercover work, and he was picked up and thrown into a jail by our troops and harassed and interrogated and tortured for 97 days until he was sent back stateside. Well, he's got a case against Donald Rumsfeld, and it doesn't look like he's going to settle out of court. He wants this to go to court, so quite possibly we can see Donald Rumsfeld in court for his torturous actions that he signed off on. And some sad news, some really sad news, is the fact that Special Forces helicopter was shot down over the weekend in Afghanistan during a battle, and 30 U.S. troops were killed, 22 of which I believe were Navy SEALs. So my heart goes out to those families, and it really hurts my heart when I hear casualty reports from those two wars, having served in the U.S. Army myself for 3 years during the Vietnam War. Thank God I didn't go to Vietnam. They sent me to Germany, but I was trained to go. I know what's going through a lot of those folks at home and abroad, what goes through their minds. But I think it's high time that we bring the troops home. It's, I don't know how much control President Obama has over the situation. He is the commander-in-chief, but I wonder how much arm twisting goes on from the elite and the military madness that our country's, fallen victim to once again. We were warned about it, and it's happened. So it's a military-industrial complex that we seem to have no control over. So, speaking of the elite, those that control the news that we see that is turned out for our viewing, that's kind of funny in this whole debt ceiling thing that the Standard & Poor's, of course you've heard about it on, was it Thursday or Friday or whatever it was released, that they downgraded us from AAA to AA in our credit rating. First time in the history of the United States that our credit rating has been dropped. We always pay our bills, no matter what the debt is. But, of course, there was a big unnecessary fight in the Congress, and little known is the fact that Standard & Poor's, in their report on why they did this downgrading, was the fact that the Tea Party, or the Republican side of Congress, did not go for revenue, increase revenue. In fact, getting rid of the Bush tax cuts, which is responsible for half of this debt. And that's one of the reasons why they gave us the downgrading. But it's not reported in the mainstream media. Then, of course, we're going to find out Monday just how big of an effect this downgrading makes on the financial markets throughout the world. And Monday, of course, will probably be the day before this show comes out. But I just thought I'd let you know, I told you so. I think something's going to happen big. And the stock market's been going down, what 5 to 10%, something like that. It's another couple of $1 trillion of cumulative wealth destroyed on the stock market in a matter of a week. $2 trillion of personal wealth. So at any rate, that's about it for this serious section of the Kennymotown show. We'll get back to you with the rest of the show.
Hello, folks. This is Kennymotown's grumpy old neighbor. I just thought I'd interject a little idea here. If you got some kind of comment you want to put on video, you can send that to the Kennymotown show or msjnews.net. Send a video and we'll see if we can get you uploaded to the next show. After all, it's all about you. You gotta remember that this is entertainment, and we'd like to hear from you, even the good comments. I mean, we heard some bad ones tonight, but those guys was pretty silly, weren't they? They kind of cracked me up. Well, at any rate, if you want to go ahead and leave a comment at msjnews.net, you can definitely do that, or send a letter or a video. We appreciate it, and we'll see if we can get you on the next show. I like the show so far. I hope you're enjoying it. Catch you later, folks.
Welcome back, everybody. This segment I'm going to deal with the atrocious unemployment numbers that don't seem to be getting any better. Well, I base it all on Republican hypocrisy. As you know, and well aware of, there were several seats taken back which gave the Republicans the majority in the House. And that's where all bills start. And not one employment bill has been even introduced by the Republican majority in Congress since 2010, when they promised, and in their takeover of the Congress, that they would create jobs. What hypocrites. Now there's talk of bringing back all this huge corporate profits that are sitting offshore, overseas, and cutting the taxes on that, giving them a break like they did back in, I believe it was 2003 or 7, I can't remember. There was a big, huge amount of money that came back into this country in corporate profits that were taxed at a lower rate than usual. So this is what the Republican stance is. They want to drop the taxes on that money coming back into the United States, which would probably just go into the pockets of the elite and bank accounts of their CEOs. And a few really smart Democrats have mentioned this in the last couple of days, that why not, when you bring that money back, we'll give you your tax cuts. It's just as long as they're tied to jobs. How about the 99ers? They've been out of work for 2 years. Create jobs for the 99ers and we'll give you a voucher. Your tax cut will equal what those folks would be making, and they'd be back to work paying taxes. But oh no, Republicans don't want anything to do with that. They don't want anything to make the unemployment numbers go down. I mean, if you're still following the Republicans and supporting them, what is your problem? That sounds like a great idea to me. But they've already started saying, oh no, we don't want to tie any of those tax cuts that way. We just want to give it to the corporations bringing that money back into the country. But that's the way Congress works ever since 2010. Bunch of hypocrites. Thank you. Hello folks, welcome back. On a lighter note, from The Onion this last week, Obama turns 50 despite Republican opposition. After months of heated negotiations and failed attempts to achieve any kind of consensus, President Obama turned 50 years old this Thursday, drawing strong criticism from Republicans in Congress. With the host of problems this country is currently facing, the fact that our president is devoting time to the human process of aging is an affront to Americans everywhere, said Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, and who advocated a provision to keep Obama 49 at least through the fall of 2013. To move forward unilaterally and simply begin the next year of his life without bipartisan support, is that any way to lead a country? He added. According to White House officials, Obama attempted to work with Republicans right up to the August 4th deadline, his birthday, but was ultimately left with no choice other than to age another year. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Thanks for watching, everybody. This week's episode, number 6. And remember to take care of each other. After all, we're in this together. Have a nice week.